Good morning to you.
Hey, looky, what do we have here? I don't know, probably the best morning show ever hit the atmosphere. Let's be clear, there's plenty others that do it B.I.G., but keep it a buck though, none to get you up though like GMG. With all the news and real point of views you can use, light and heavy topics we peruse, even a laugh or two. What you talking? Good morning, gang, be the instrument and take your friends and them, kin and all, come on in, tune in. You ain't gonna want them in state, and even the trolls and haters that hate us, we end up being their favorite. Cause from 8 to 10, we get it in, believe that. I mean, from where else could you go when you a part of the show? Definitely GMG, cause when you show love, we show love back. First thing in the morning, we get you through, so after the yawning, wash up and wipe your face, get your snacks, and come on in, get comfy, but most importantly, in all caps, do, do, do. Hey, good morning to ye. Hey, it's your boy Big Phil Speaks, and this is the Good Morning Gang Morning Show, brought to you by myself and that good GMG. Good morning, gang. Listen, how are y'all feeling? How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, GMGers and GMG-yettes. Huh? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's the 27th day of August, 2025. And guess what? I'm blessed to be here. You are blessed to be here. There's some that didn't make it to see the day, so you better count it all joy and be happy and thankful that you're able to inhale, exhale, woosah and make today a better day than yesterday. But you know what I like to say. While you out here living your life, plan, plot, and strategize so that if you're so blessed to see tomorrow, you make it an even better day than today. That part, listen, how are y'all feeling, good people? I know it's what, 10, we starting this at 10:30 or there shortly thereafter. Listen, I'm still finding the groove on the time that I want the Good Morning Gang Morning Show to stay at, but I think I'm locking in at 9 to 11. I'm thinking I'm thinking. However, in the meantime, between time, I appreciate each and every one of you for tapping in, tuning in. Do me a favor, do me a solid. Share this live if you would. Share this live if you could. Repost it, restream it on all the platforms. Facebook, here. Well, you can't do it on here. I don't think on YouTube. But Twitch and the good X, formerly known as Twitters. Matter of fact, you can DM on your phone, 1 to 7 of your friends. Let them know Big Phil Speaks and the Good Morning Gang Morning Show is right here. About to give it up. Y'all talk about pause. No Diddy still. Listen, happy hugs. China Dog, come on over to the good YouTube. Why don't you? Yeah, we about to make it do what it do, baby. Nice. Come on over to the good YouTube. Why don't you? Huh? How y'all feeling? Who we got in the building? Who do we got in the building thus far? Peep Scheme, Wagwan Brethren, GMG to the death of ye and me. You feel me? Bree in the place to be. I see you. Who else? Crack Baby, Trick Baby, Crack Baby is in here. Angie, I see you. Good morning to ye. T516, T Hustle is in the building. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, listen. You said you've been catching up with the room. I can dig it. I can dig it. The reason that we're here. Reason is in the building. Thank you for the repost on the good X. I see you. Listen, who else in the building? Tiffany. Hey, Tata. I see you. Listen, good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. Connie Baptiste is in the building. She said, hey, GMG is MFN Hump Day. And it is, ain't it, huh? Behave yourself. Behave yourself, huh? Creole Cupcake is in the building. Good, I'm about to say good evening. Psst. Good morning to ye. Creole from that good west side, that good west, y'all is in the building. I love to see it when I see it. You feel me? Y'all come on over to the good YouTube, huh? Where the party is a lituation, huh? How are y'all feeling? Before I go any further with anything, let me get this warning out real quick. Like, you feel me? Warning. Federal Law, Title 17, USC, Section 107, allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted material under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. Fair use allows for the quoting of copyrighted material and the creation of a new work for purposes including, but not limited to, criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. Fair use preserves the free flow of culture. Can you dig it, baby? Listen, anything less would be uncivilized. You dig? How y'all feeling this morning? Felicia, I am Katakana. Come on over to the good YouTube channel, pinned down below, huh? Good morning, good morning. It's definitely a grand day out. The sun is shining. Like I'm saying, everybody's in here bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, even on the west, where it's 3 hours earlier. You know, I love to see it when my West Coast folkers be in the building. You hear me? But we make it do what it do, baby. That part, hold on. What the hell I got going on here? Bark up. Book up. All right. Anywho, share this situation, share this situation. Today, this is the 77th of the good. Ooh, can you believe it? 277 of them things. 277 of them. And the title of today's show is Now What? Now what? I know y'all like, what the hell is he up to now? What is he talking about now? I'm talking about in various aspects of our life. Now what? What are we going to do? How are we going to live? Who are we going to deal with? What are we not going to deal with? What are we going to put up with? And what the figure it is not putting up with? Now what? What we going to do with our lives? Are we going to stand and feel, stand on faith? Are we going to stand 10 toes down or act like we can't walk at all? What are we going to do in this world of ours? This world we were given, not the world that we created, but the world we were given. What are we going to do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with it? Listen, before I get into the deeper stuff or whatever the case may be, unless you living under a rock, you know the Sanders boys.
Shiloh and Shador drafted to the NFL. A lot of people saying Mm, not drafted properly, not drafted in the right position that they should have been drafted. Well, Shiloh got into a little bit of tussle with a player from the last preseason game that he had, and the other person kind of pushed and shoved and threw his hands and all this, that, and the third. Shiloh did it back. But they let Shiloh go. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, what the figgity is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? Like boys don't get a little tussly, physical, you know what I'm saying? A little testy or whatever. It's the nature of the game of football, ain't it? But y'all let him go just like that. I think something's going on. I don't know what the hell they got against the Sanders family from Dion on down to his boys and maybe even his girls. I don't know what the NFL got against Dion Sanders, but something ain't right. Polo Dolo riding solo from the Kansas City way. Huh? Listen. I'm gonna get into that in a little bit later, Connie. I'm gonna get into that in a little bit later. Listen, I don't know what the NFL got against the Sanders, but no weapon form shall prosper. You hear me? And I want y'all to hear words from Dion himself about his legacy, about his babies, about his boys, and how they moving. Listen, y'all take a listen to this one time for the one time, please. Ah.
NFL is a tough business. Shallow had,
Yeah.
some bad. It's just how have you talked to him and how are his
Oh, most
spirits? And
definitely. He's my
Shador too.
son. I'm I'm proud of my kids, all of them, and I prepared my kids for any and everything that could possibly happen in life and in sports. That's part of fathering. That's part of parenting. That's part of having a relationship. So he is mentally where he needs to be, physically where he needs to be. We're praying that he gets another opportunity to go with a team. But if he doesn't, the plans have already been put forward to what he's going to do next. So Shiloh is a man of many talents. I don't know if you guys know he's a man of many talents, and he's going to be straight. All the Sanders are going to be straight, with or without football. You better believe that. You better believe that. I take care of mine, and I've always have, and y'all know what I mean.
Talk to him, Dion. Talk to him, prime time. You do not create or destroy my family, my legacy, my lineage. We gonna live with or without you, huh? Party Bowl. What's up, Big June? Salute. I'm over on the good YouTube. Uh, I'm gonna live and thrive with or without you, NFL, and that I think that's really paramount. I think there's some people that need to be held to task for how they treating these boys, uh, talented young African American athletes that are being disrespected and treated like some garbage, and I'm not liking it. Everything's everything, June. I'm not liking it, and I'm feeling as though, you know what I'm saying, something need to be done about it. Or there needs to be a broader protest of the NFL, I think. But that's just me, right? That's just me. They let him go because of that fight. Well, at least that's what they putting it out there as such. I think somebody high up the chain with some power put a few calls in, and there's some NFL players past NFL players and some other people that have concurred on this thought that is somebody put a phone call in to put the fix in on the boys, especially with Shador and where he was placed in the draft or whatever the case may be. They did not want their light to shine, and it's crazy. Is it because their family got money? Is it because their dad is who he is and what he's done in college football and they are afraid? Could this be retribution because Deion Sanders refused to leave and go be a head coach at a certain team that I like? Could it be? Who knows what this is payback for, or what this is retribution for, or what this blackballing is all about? See, locked them all the way out, what would really been a problem. But the fact that they let him in, they let him in very low on the list, and it's really incredible, whatever the case may be. It's a wonder that more people aren't in an uproar. I guess some people think that okay, their family got money, so they'll be all right, and which is true, but it ain't about the money. It's about the principle. It's about the principle. Jola, what's good? He said NFL, the no fun league, huh? Young Moolah, come on over to the good YouTube, huh? But whoever pick him up, he will win a Super Bowl. That's a fact, peeps game. That is a fact of Mundo, huh? It's crazy that they treat them like this and not look at their talent. So sad. And that's the thing. Shouldn't the talent stand first? Shouldn't the ability stand first? Somebody's personal issue. Maybe they think that Dion's a little bit braggadocio, which he is. So what? Some might think that Dion and that Sanders name is gaining too much power. Okay, if it is, so what? Can the boys play? Are they good at playing? Do they deserve to be in the NFL? Pay them what they're worth and treat them accordingly. And this is the crazy part, right? You would think teams would really want to win, right? And if they really went along with these phone calls, if this hold on, let me put this allegedly up here. Everything I said before now and up to now and then some will is all allegations, so allegedly. But if any of these teams or all these teams went along with whatever phone calls were pressed and made, whatever, shame on them. Shame on them. And that says that there's a lot more going on in this good old NFL than we know. Because anytime you can allow a great player to get dropped down to the fifth round, who was touted to go in the first round, to drop down to the fifth round to kind of punish, tamp down, diminish, whatever the case may be, that's an issue. Unless they feel like his play warranted that, unless they felt like his talent warranted that. And I'm talking about Shador at the moment. All I'm saying is this: NFL, get your shiggity together because it's jacked up, and you're losing your honor, you losing the hype, you losing the fanfare that the National Football League has brought to American folks throughout your history. You know what I'm saying? So NFL, get your act together, huh? Tampa Bay Buccaneers, y'all some Bama ass knuckles for letting Shiloh go over that little tussle. That was a light tussle at that. Light, light work. And y'all let that man go like that. That is crazy. Tampa Bay to hell with you. You hear me? If he was a different race, would they have let him go? That's a fact, Rio. Aha. Things that make you go, Arsenio Hall style. You hear me? Young Moolah, baby. What's up, Young Moolah? Young Money, I see you in the building. Salute, salute. All right. Listen, Principal 76, come on over to the good YouTube. Why don't you, huh? Y'all tell a friend to tell a friend. We about to go in. Listen, DC. DC is the spotlight of a lot of things right now. Miss Scat Pack, skirt, I see you in the building. Listen, DC is the spotlight of a lot of news topics, a lot of podcasts and broadcasts and television news reportings at the moment because there's a lot of unprecedented things, a lot of things that are seemingly new, but ain't nothing new under the sun. There's a lot of laws being usurped, a lot of rights that are being played with, a lot of constitutional things that are being swept away or done away with or being operated around with no regard for the Constitution. Huh? Y'all know what I'm talking about. The fact that the feds and military by way of National Guard has been placed into DC to fight crime, right? To fight crime in a year when the crime stats were down from last year. Make that sense. Make that make sense. in places and spaces like Alaska where the violent crime is really rampant. Why they not in Alaska, huh? Why they not in other locales where the persuasions are way lighter than mine, where they're doing all kinds of things, huh? Is that a systemic plot? Is that a calculated plot? I don't know. I think it is, but I don't really know. Allegedly, I can just say allegedly, or I can put my speculation on it, but I want y'all to rest assured. The National Guard being in Washington, D.C., and I mentioned this before, this is not the first time that has happened. It is not the first time has happened. But even when it happened before, it was done in a different way. This time is way more oppressive, way more unsettling. And if you think I'm lying about the National Guard being in D.C. before, here's an old video clip. All credits Fox News for this. This is from their old archives of reporting or whatever the case may be. When the National Guard was sent to D.C. before.
The National Guard will be out on the streets of D.C. this morning. They're joining residents and police in an attempt to cut down on crime. Our Ron Talley is live at police headquarters with the latest. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning, Daria. If anyone thought that this latest crackdown on crime by Chief Larry Soulsby was short-lived, they can think again. It continues en masse. 15 more arrests yesterday in one raid alone. 2 weeks ago, Chief Soulsby promised to move his desk officers onto the streets, and now he's struck a deal to get neighborhood street patrols help from the National Guard. If nothing else, the sight of military-type vehicles set up for night patrols in D.C.'s residential neighborhoods gives the appearance the district is serious about its latest assault on crime. Members of the D.C. Air and National Guard are now helping police and neighbors patrol some of the district's more drug and crime-infested streets. The goal here is to interrupt drug sales that have plagued this neighborhood. Drug sales that have in the past led to violence and murder.
We're assisting the Metropolitan Police Department in neighborhood watch, crime prevention in the D.C. metropolitan area.
The other plan of attack to take back the streets includes full-scale raids on the drug dealers, like this one on an open-air drug market in Columbia Heights that netted some 15 arrests. With 80 to 90 officers taking part on this raid alone, it's the latest, most visible sign of Chief Larry Soulsby's all-out assault on crime in the district, aimed not only at drugs, but also the gangs who deal them, and the rowdy night spots where they meet.
We are in this area to stay. We're in this area to help the community take back the community so they can walk these streets and enjoy the same freedoms everyone else does.
Well, that one drug raid netted some 85 grams of crack cocaine, street value $10,000. Daria?
What have residents been telling you out there? They happy about this? Looks like a war zone.
Well, that's what the chief had promised early on, that he was going to have officers in the streets so you could see them, not only so that citizens would feel safer, but so that those who are using drugs and dealing drugs would see.
Y'all get the point. This is not the first rodeo DC has had with the National Guard. Do you see the difference, though? They didn't have all the weaponry, artillery, and all these things going on. And at the time in which the National Guard was used in that news news reporting, thanks again to Fox 5 and Fox archiving for their news. The difference was DC was a really, really dangerous place back then. DC had a lot going on. It was in the height of the crack era. There was a lot of bodies dropping, way more than now. At the time, DC had become the murder capital of the United States, et cetera, for a couple years. So you see the difference, right? There's nothing new under the sun. They've been used before, but in this instance, they're being used at a time when the crime rate has actually decreased. One, two. Yes, you have a different form of weaponry on the street now, but you're using ramped up tactics from people that don't know the communities except for the map that they've been given They don't know the residents like that. They don't have a like for the people. They don't have an understanding of the true culture of DC to be in DC from the giddy up. And I'm not just talking about the feds. I'm talking about even Metropolitan Police Department of Washington D.C. A lot of the officers on the force. There's a lot more physical force that's going around. A lot more antagonizing. It's like they want something to happen. It's like they trying to set the powder keg to go the hell off. And it's almost like the fuse has been lit. It's all according, it all depends on how fast or how slow that fuse is gonna take to get to that powder keg and blow the hell up and see where it goes then. And then I'm hearing that not only the National Guard, but they're gonna put active military in Washington D.C. and in other places that they tend to go to next. Chirac, Chicago, they supposed to be coming to y'all next, huh? Listen, who else? I seen some people come in the building. Wavy Crockett, what's goody like the mob? Keisha Hall can have herself a ball if the assets are in order. I see you. Who else in the building? 20 bandana, whoa. See you. Please hit the like on your way in. That's a fact of Mundo. Rich, I see you, Rich. Salute. Listen, DC, Detroit, VA, NYC, Cali. Oh yeah, they gonna do a round robin around this country. They are gonna do a round robin in this country. The problem is this. The problem is this. This is in the way a little bit. Let me move that over. The problem is this. Although the National Guard's usage is nothing new, it's really unprecedented in the way in which they're being used now. And it's being masked as trying to tamp down on crime, but they're also doing the homeless thing, trying to do away with the homeless folks in public sight. I don't know if they're locking them up or if they just pushing them away. I don't know what they're doing with the homeless folks in DC, but I know one thing for sure, seven things for certain. They're not helping them get residences. They're not helping to make sure that there's beds in the shelters for the homeless situation in DC. They're not helping to feed them. They're not helping to deal with the mental illness issues that plague some of the individuals that are homeless. They're not helping people that got drug addictions that are homeless. They're not doing none of the above. They're not doing any of that, but they want to get the eyesore. They want to hide it. They don't want the world to know that even in D.C., in the nation's capital, with the White House, the Capitol, the Monument, the Congress, the Senate, and all these other buildings of prestige sit and reside, that there's homelessness a few hundred feet, maybe uh, not even a mile away from the White House itself. Not even a mile, like a few, maybe a couple football fields away. That's where some of the homeless was staying at. I'm just saying, instead of trying to mask the problem by doing away with the tent cities and all that, do something about the issue that causes there to be tent cities. That's what's supposed to happen. You feel me? Mumbo Sauce, Frank Murphy, my uptown home, excuse me, is in the building. Listen, and what's dastardly about the fact that they're utilizing the National Guard, all these things, right? I put up this post on IG. I put up this post on IG, and let me move this up so y'all can see it better. And people had the nerve. Some people had the nerve to get bothered by the fact that I put it up. People started, "What's up, Junito? What's good? I'm on a good YouTube." People started blaming Nancy Pelosi, blaming the Democrats, blaming all kinds of people as to why the National Guard was not used on this day, January 6th, the infamous January 6th resurrection, insurrection. Sorry about that. And this is my pushback to them. It don't matter who else, whether it been the mayor of DC, whether it was Nancy Pelosi, whether it was anybody from the Democratic team, whether it was anybody from the Republican side, whether it was anybody else that did not want or call for the National Guard to deal with these people at the Capitol. One thing for sure, about seven things for certain. Donald Trump, who is now president, who was president then, who was outgoing president, did not used an executive order, a last moment executive order to bring in the National Guard to deal with this insurrection, the traitorous actions that happened on January 6th, where lives were threatened. Because remember, they were looking for Mike Pence, who is a Republican, by the way, who was the president at the time, whose family was in that building. They were told to go seek him out. By who else? By the president. Allegedly, not allegedly, because he said it on open film. He said it on live. I'm paraphrasing, but he basically was saying, get at Mike Pence for not backing me in this in this thing with the voter fraud situation. He got mad at Mike Pence. He incited the people to come do the march on the Capitol, but then did not want to quell it or stop it when it got out of hand. So for those that are watching or listening or hearing, I don't give a damn who else didn't ask for the National Guard. Him as the commander in chief before he left office could have stopped the January 6th insurrection, one by his mouth, two by executive action. So if he didn't do that then, why the hell is he doing it now in Washington, D.C. when the crime rate is going down? Make it make sense. Make it make sense, huh? Make it make sense. What's goody like the mob, ladies and gentlemen? You said we need the IG. I know that's right. The day when Mike Pence that's a fact, Mumbo Sauce. The day in which Mike Pence and his family, especially Mike Pence, almost lost his life. Now, all you good MAGA supporters, all you good Republicans, all you good so-called patriots, you ain't got no problem with the Mike Pence situation. You ain't got a problem with the fact that he didn't use the National Guard to stop that situation. Then you didn't have a problem with that, but now you Dono ass nuggers to him bringing in National Guard and other federal forces to act in Gestapo-esque tactics amongst people of the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan area, specifically D.C. itself. You ain't got no problems with that, then something's wrong with you as a person, something's wrong with your humanity, and I would dare to say something's wrong with you mentally. Period. Male, female, dog, cat, I don't give a damn. If you ain't got a problem with the fact that he didn't use the National Guard when it should have been used, and the fact that he's using it now when it shouldn't be used, make it make effing sense. Please do. Please do. Please do. Now, there's a lot of things being enacted, and Connie brought it up earlier. A lot. Let me move this off the thing. There's a lot of new laws that he's trying to implement, or whatever the case may be. One of them being the cashless bail system being removed, meaning if for those that really don't got no money to get out of jail, and if they on a minor crime, they're gonna have to sit their ass in jail. So either somebody can get them out, or the court can find a way to maneuver around this to get maneuver around this latest tactic of Trump and get them out or whatever the case may be. There's going to be a lot more people that sit in jail for their cases. On some cases warranted, a lot of cases not warranted. But then here's another law that he's enacting for DC. Where else is he going to implement it? He said he's going to bring back the death penalty, that he's going to sign into law to bring back the death penalty in Washington, D.C. Basically, that anybody that unalives anybody, no matter what the circumstances are, will face the death penalty. Face the death penalty. I'm like, whoo. Now, some people say, all right, yeah, good for them. They shouldn't be killing nobody. Da, 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 da. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We get this. We understand there are some monsters that should be dealt with in some ways, right? I get that. But then there's a lot of people that's charged with crimes, even unalive people that have not committed those crimes, and sometimes do not get an honest and fair trial, and sometimes are convicted of the things that they didn't even do. And sometimes it takes years upon years for them to be vindicated, so to speak, but to come home with nothing. Because a lot of them don't know recompense. And some people are able to sue or get work a deal out where they get X amount of dollars for being wrongfully prosecuted and or held in jail for a rack of years, and it found out they had nothing to do with whatever said crime. That's a minute scale of the amount of people that are wrongly convicted who are later on freed. And sometimes the only way they allowed to get free is they agree not to sue the government and or the state that they in uh for money, even though that should be their right to do regardless, because if they've been wrongly convicted and been held and or uh jailed for however many years, they should be able to get some money off of it, because what are they coming home to? What are they coming home to, especially those that have been locked up for decades on decades and get and times have changed, and they might not even be acclimated with all the new technology and how to maneuver around, and things, certain buildings and certain homes are no longer there. The family structure could be gone, like Big Mama and them long gone. Their mother, fathers could be dead, might not have no other family to turn to. What then? They should be recompensed. They should be recompensed. I think that a lot of us, hey y'all, come on over to the good YouTube. Why don't you? I think a lot of us need to get up off our good asses, pause, and stand up and do something about it. I don't mean throwing cocktails and all these things, and I'm not saying that, but I already said how I felt about in the neighborhoods. If everybody came outside, if everybody in the neighborhood stood together, united, then these police wouldn't be as physical as they are. They wouldn't be doing half the bullshit that they doing, and it would bring a greater press presence to what's going on and what the communities ain't going for no more. But also, we need to understand and know our rights. We have to know what our rights are when it comes to dealing with police officers and these federales and the federals when they approach us in any kind of manner that they do. And this video right here breaks some of that down. I think it's very sound advice that this brother is giving, and I just want to pass it on to you all just as well, because it's necessary in this day and age that you uh, heed and apply some of these things and teach your youngins, your children, your nephews, nieces, hell, neighborhood kids, whoever, to utilize some of these things if they encounter some of these police and federales in the street of DC or anywhere else. Because like I said, they're coming to a city and state near you, huh? Y'all pay attention real quick, huh? You feel me?
To all my brothers and sisters in DC, the 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendment are not going to just be amendments on paper. These are going to be your legal shield. And with Trump's goons and National Guard and ICE squad out there just thinking that they're going to be making easy arrests, black men are going to have to come together and make this extremely hard for them. So you're going to have to know these amendments. The 4th Amendment, which protects you from unreasonable searches and seizures. Cops just can't search you, your car, or your home without probable cause or warrant. So if cops try to search you or any of your property, simply say, "I do not consent to any searches," and leave it alone. Don't fight, don't argue, just plant that seed for the record. That forces them to either back down or risk breaking the law. Just because they have power doesn't mean they have legal authority. By voicing that, you set yourself up for protection later in court. The 5th Amendment, which is the right to remain silent. This is a big one. You're not required to explain yourself, argue with them, or give them more ammo. Simply tell them, "I'm invoking my right to remain silent," and stop talking. Anything you say can be used and twisted into evidence. Staying silent protects you from self-incrimination, especially with this crazy crowd. And it forces them to build a case against you instead of tricking you into theirs. The 6th Amendment, I don't care what they say, you have a right to counsel. If they arrest you, you have a right to a lawyer, period. Simply tell them, "I want to speak to an attorney," and don't answer any questions until one is presented. Even if you can't afford one, the government must provide a public defender. And once you invoke this right, questioning must stop. Now, these rights don't mean that cops are going to suddenly play fair, but they create a legal record that can turn the tables later. By standing on your rights, you're protecting your future, your votes, and your freedom. And when brothers move with the same discipline, refusing illegal searches, staying silent, and demanding lawyers, it forces the system to either respect the law or expose itself as unconstitutional. The real power is in unity. If every black man in DC knew these rights and applied them the same way, The mass raids that Trump ordered would not be a clean sweep. They become a legal battlefield the administration can't win without breaking the Constitution in broad daylight.
That's it. That's it. The word needs to get out. Education needs to be had. Re-education needs to be had. Implementation needs to be done, and it needs to be done on a unilateral basis across the board. Unity, unity. You can't have some people bowing down, and everybody has to move a certain way. And this is not inciting any violence. This is not being belligerent in any way, shape, or form. So they can't say, "Oh, you're disturbing the peace." "Oh, you're being combative." "Oh, all these things." Nah, it's saying, "Listen, I do not consent to search of my person or of my vehicle or of my property or of my home. I don't consent to any searches, period." Once you invoke, if they go ahead and search you anyway, they violating your rights, especially with no probable cause. Also, they only thing you have to tell them in certain circumstances is your name and whatever, but you don't even have to do that if there's no warranted need, no justification for it. Secondly, if you're not being detained, if they don't tell you being detained, they cannot forcibly keep you in one location. And if they detain you or try to detain you, you ask, "Am I free to go? Am I free to go?" And if they are detaining you unlawfully, then you have a case to sue their ass. If they know they don't have the ground to keep you, then they have to let you go about your business. If they violate that law, their job is in jeopardy as well as a lawsuit. But then more importantly, if you are being arrested, you don't have to answer their bama ass questions. I would like to speak to an attorney off the break, especially if they Mirandize you, read your Miranda rights. Because once they read you those Miranda rights, anything that you say can and definitely will be used against you in a court of law. Trust me. So shut the figgity yob. Say that I want to speak to a lawyer, especially if they got you unjustly, especially if they got you unjustly. But even if you done something, let your lawyer sort it out. Public defender and or paid lawyer. Let your lawyer sort it out. And if your public defender ain't doing his job, uh, let him know. Will push that pen and file a complaint with the bar association for DC or whatever city or states you in, because they will play lackadaisical and play games with your freedom just as well. In some instances, I'm not gonna say in every instance because I don't want to disrespect public defenders or whatever the case may be. However, you got to sometimes make them do their job because you're just one amongst maybe tens or maybe hundreds of cases that they have on their workload, almost like a caseworker in the system when it comes to kids. You got to stay on their ass to make sure they're doing what's best for you. But yeah, you got the right to shut the figgity up and say, "I want to speak to a lawyer." Huh? Sexy sugar mama. I see you. You in the building. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Connie. Thank you. I will say this, I had a conversation, I was on the Kenny Burns Show recap last night on IG, and the wonderful, I call her Mama Elise or Sister Elise. She's a Washington, a longtime Washingtonian, a teacher, retired teacher, and some other things for the DC public, for Washington, DC. And she came up with some real sound advice for action, not just talk and rhetoric when it comes to the things going on here in DC and in other places, and dealing with Trump, the administration, Senate, the House, and all these things. Um, she made a point. There was 70 plus million voters, 70 plus million voters 70 plus million voters, I had to say that again, that voted for Kamala Harris to become the president. Where are those people at? One, you now have individuals that are on the other side of the table that don't agree with all the things that President Trump is doing. Where are they at? if a percentage of that 70 million voters acted in unison in a coordinated effort and did nothing for 24 hours, nothing for 24 hours, it was shut down this here good United States of America. Why do you say that, Phil? Because some of the people work in the State Department, some people work at this department and that department, and da, 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 da. Some people are in the House, some people in the Senate, some people are chefs, some people are cooks, some people are store clerks, some people are janitors, some people are teachers, some people are firemen, some people are policemen, some people hold positions in all facets of life, from blue collar to white collar. If everybody, hell, if all the 70 million that voted for him decided to not go to work, not shop, not to do anything for 24 hours, there would be an uproar. But even not even the 70 plus million, if a percentage of that did that, do you know the shockwave that it was that would happen through the economy, through corporations, through government? There would be some changes. There would be some changes. There would be some changes, but people have to work in unison. People would have to come together and actually decide on a date. And all we talked about this in regards to the Target boycott that's still ongoing or whatever for a lot of people. Um, where there's not enough people boycotting. There's still some people that are boycotting, but not enough people boycotting for one reason or another, whether Target is convenient to where they live or and all the other alternatives are not, whether the prices are better than some other places or spaces. The thing of it is we have gotten complacent. We have gotten so bougie. Even the poorest of us have gotten so bougie in certain ways that we are above certain things. We're not gonna drive an extra mile to go to the store. We're not gonna go, get on another subway or two other buses to get the amenities we may need from somewhere else, but we'll stay going to a store that's shut down, that succumb to this DEI bull crap and pull black and minority businesses, small businesses from their shelves and et cetera, et cetera. That's a problem. That's a problem. But that boycott is a good beginning, but it needs to be a more concerted effort, a more strategic effort to say we ain't going to work one day. We're not showing up. We're not cooking your food. We're not cleaning your homes. We're not we're not going to trade your stocks on the stock market. We're not going to run all these things for 24 hours or even longer than that. But people have to be willing to do without. People have to be willing to be discomforted. People are going to have to deal with buckling down, perhaps, depending on the time period that they would do it, and do without, even if it's not eating at your favorite fast food places. Eat some sandwiches. Buckle down like old times and just make do for the time and the duration of the protest and or boycott. Things would happen then, trust me, because that's how you hit people. You can do this all day. We can do this all day in black eyes physically. The black eye goes away. But if you hit somebody in their pocket, you hit them financially, sometimes there is no coming back from that financial loss. And if it's a concerted effort from DC all the way to Cali, from Maine all the way to Texas or Florida, in every state in between, a certain amount of people in every state did it, do you understand the shock wave it would cause to the stock market, to everything going on? Things would start to things would stand still. Things would stand still. And if you think I'm lying or feel you just talking, who said he's free, Joshua Pryor? What are you talking about? If you feel like they're talking, yeah, Target is feeling it. The CEO stepped down. Yeah, they let that ass go. That's what it is, Keisha Hall. Due to the backlash and plummeting sales, Target is now reaching out to black creators to help boost sales, but a lot are declining the offer. Right. Don't offer me scraps on the table now. You owe me more than that. That if I was these business owners, I would like you owe me more than that because you cost me money, you cost my dignity. You could listen, Keisha Hall, listen. But as I was saying, if you think that what I'm saying is not doable or far fetched, here this brother is only talking about the beauty industry in regards to women's hair, black women's hair. Understand something. This what he's talking about is a 30-day boycott. I want y'all to listen and pay attention to this video. Those of you that got the extensions, the braids, the weave, the wigs, the beauty products, all these things. If women could come together in a concerted effort for 30 days and stand unified and get natural real quick for 30 days, do you understand what ripple that was set and what kind of precedence that was set across this country? Understand something. Watch this video. Y'all think I'm bullshit. Ah.
Imagine if black women all across the world stopped buying hair products for 1 month, just one. Here's what would happen day by day. We'll never guess what happens by day 30. Day 1, major retailers panic. Beauty supply stores, Amazon, even Tesco and Target see a dip. They start calling emergency meetings and wondering if it's a boycott. Day 2 to 4, Korean and South Asian owned distributors start calling store owners and wondering what's going on with these orders. Meanwhile, social media is flooded with DIY hair care tips, product swaps, and natural styles. Day 5 to 7, stocks start sitting still and weekly targets are getting missed. So online stores try and do flash sales, but black women aren't budging. Days 8 to 12, media picks it up, think pieces drop, and news segments with headlines saying black beauty dollar disappearing, and those influencers, the ones who were silent, they start picking sides. Days 13 to 17, some beauty store owners start posting public apologies. Others double down. We've always supported the community. And a few offer black brands better shelf placements out of fear. Days 18 to 21, smaller black-owned hair care brands start to see a surge. Those ones who are still handmade and sell directly to consumer. Instagram and TikTok lives are flooded with founders, recipe sharing, and real talks about ingredients. Days 22 to 25, big brands start panicking. Emails start going out to their multicultural consultants. Marketing teams rush out apology rebrands. We hear you, we see you. Basically, just buy us again. Days 26 to 29, store revenue between the US and the UK beauty sector drop millions. You guys are making me want to start a revolution. Investors start to notice, product managers and retail buyers get fired. Quiet calls start to go out. Can we partner with black founders now? Day 30, a full month later, and it's clear. The black beauty consumer isn't just a niche, she is the market. And for once, she knows it. We talk about power, but if we decided to actually use it, are you deep in that? Game over. Follow if you're done watching passively. We decode the myth, and we don't clap for crumbs.
That part. We ain't clapping for crumbs. You feel me? Angie, that's a fact. And use black products only. The brother talked about that within that video. Using the black owned the person that's making natural hair care products and things of that nature, body products and things of that nature. Support them within that protest. That's the thing though. We would have to get on the same page. We would have to get on the same accord. We would have to do it. Now, in this instance, is only talking about the beauty sector. Only talking about the beauty sector. But if you apply that to anything else all across the board, what do you think that would have? What do you think that would do to the economy? What do you think that would do to a lot of these big retailers, Walmart, Target, national fast food chains, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Chick-fil-A, on down the line. What you think that would do to them? What do you think that would do for a lot of the manufacturing companies? What do you think, whether they're made in the United States or made elsewhere? What do you think that would do? How do you think that the lobbyists, the senators, the people in the House, how do you think their phones are going to be off the hook, ringing? La, 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 ling, ling, ling. You got to do something. My business is being hit, and if my business keeps being hit, your not getting no contributions. Your ass is not getting no funds to get reelected or to go on a campaign tour. If does not change, some things are going to happen. And that's how it gets up the chain quickly. Pew! And shit get to changing. That's how it gets to changing. Huh? I know y'all be like, Big Phil, you just be running your mouth, chit chatting, flip flapping, and all these things. But one thing I'm not gonna do is sell you no BS or no bullshiggery. You hear me? What I'm not gonna do is sell you no bullshiggery. I'm gonna tell it like it TI is. We have to do better. We have to do better. People gonna do what they do. Organizations gonna act how they gonna act. Some of these people ain't for us by a long shot. And some of us skin folk ain't kinfolk. But we still have to come together and work under one accord to actually try to make a difference and do something different for us, our families, our children, and the future. So if you think that it's far fetched and impossible, believe you me, it's not. And a boycott such as that, could none of those people stop? Could nobody stop? They can't force you to go to work. They can't force you to buy certain things. They can't force you to ride public transportation. They can't force you to do a damn thing. So that's the type of protest that works. Walking and marching and all that is cool, but they can force you to stay within certain blocks. They can force you to stop marching towards certain buildings and certain streets. They can force you to not march at all. But what they can't do is stop using any type of product, service, or anything that you normally use in the United States, living here in the United States, or whatever the case may be. You think I'm playing? I want y'all to think about this. I want y'all to come back and rewatch this again and really think about what the hell I'm saying. Charlie Hustle was good. I want y'all to really think about what the hell I'm saying and see where it can actually where it can and would work if people would implement doing it. And it goes beyond a mere bunch of signatures. Yeah, you can get probably 2 million signatures, but if those same 2 million people that signed that petition actually actively stood up and really boycotted a bunch of things at the same time, it will cause a radical change in the way things are being done to us, around us, and supposedly for us. Understand what I'm saying. I put the link in the bio, ladies and gentlemen. If you got anything that you want to talk about, discuss about anything that I touched on thus far, or if you want to ask me a question, that you come on up here with your boy. In the meantime, between time, ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor, do me a solid. If you're over on Twitter, X, appreciate you. Twitch, appreciate you. Facebook, appreciate you. But come on over here to YouTube. Hit that thumbs up for your boy. Boop, boop. More importantly, if you have not done so yet, hit that subscribe button for your boy. Boop, boop. More importantly, after you do that, hit that notification bell, something like this. Bing, 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 bing. So you be in the know whenever the Good Morning Gang morning show drops. Whenever Feel the Love Friday drops. Or anything else that I put on this good Big Phil Speaks channel. You be amongst the first to know, huh? But more importantly, once you hit the notification bell, make sure you click all, because sometimes YouTube does get to tripping. You hear me? Does get to tripping. Veda Wait, come on over here. Come on over to the good YouTube. I'm on the YouTube. When the smoke clears, BK Trill X, come on over. Jolene, come on over. Listen. Understand some. Oh, also for those that are in the room, for those that suppose not supposed, for those that did help out when I put the call out for a lady and her daughter and the tragic loss of her home and vehicle. For those that did participate and send a little something, the monies have been sent over, and she's gonna put together an audio clip that I'll play on here at some point so that you all know that she's immensely thankful and grateful for those that did send a little something or whatever. I wish it was a little bit more that participated, but whatever did come in was a blessing in and of itself, or whatever the case may be. Also, if anybody's listening and watching, and you or anybody you know are going through any issues or troubles monetarily or anything of that nature, uh, might need assistance, might need direction, or whatever the case may be, hit me up. Big Phil Speaks on IG, or whatever the case may be. Uh, Please don't come with no BS, because it will be vetted out. It will be vetted out to make sure it ain't no bullshittery and you just ain't crying wolf or trying to pull one over on me or anybody else that might be willing to give or help or give direction or lend networking opportunities to get you in front of certain people, or whatever the case may be. The goal here is to help people. We are blessed to be a blessing, even if we ain't got a lot. Even if we ain't got a lot, a dollar from 1,000 people is $1,000. Whether it's a dollar from 1,000 people, or $100 from 10 people, or $10 from 100 people, it all adds up to the same. The point of the matter is, it doesn't matter if you have a little or if you have a lot. If somebody's in need, uh, extend a blessing to somebody. You hear me? Excuse me, I'm getting tongue twisted. And at the end of the day, you'll be blessed beyond measure for doing so, or whatever the case may be. The goal here is, okay. Yeah, we all want to get money. We all want to make money, but it's also to look out for somebody that's going through a thing, because next time it could be you, or you. You feel me? So guess what? Thank you again for those that participated, or whatever the case may be. The ladies' needs aren't fully met, but I just want to extend a thank you, and she's going to do an audio clip, recorded. Thank you just for those, for everybody to hear, but especially for those that did send a little something, something to help her out, or whatever the case may be. But if you do want to help, you can hit my inbox and we'll make it happen. But if not, it's all good. But again, if you know of anybody that's in a financial bind, or in a need, or might need help with resources, or might need networking to get a job, or want to get their career off the ground, whatever the case may be, tell them to hit Big Phil Speaks at gmail.com, or whatever the case may be. And we gonna see if we can make it do what it do. Because we, at the end of the day, with all this other bullshittery going on, we all we got. Understand that. We all we got. Now listen, moving on from that.
For those of you that don't know who the Moors are, every
Oh, I
black
didn't know.
person should
Hold on.
know who
I
the
didn't
Moors
realize that
are.
was
The
old.
Moors were a
Thank
group.
you. I just wanted the backdrop. One to grow on. One one to grow on. I wanted to talk about the things that we entertain, the things that we do, the things that we bring into our world, into our psyche, into our homes, into our marriages, into our relationships, into our businesses. Be careful of the things and the people that you entertain, because misery is a spirit. And misery does love company. It likes to attach to as many people as possible. Be careful of the things, the trends, and things that you lend your time, your energy, your credence, and your voice to. Some of them are very demonic and should not be supported, because you are opening a door, or opening Pandora's box, so to speak, to a lot more bullshittery than you think you are. And understand something. Again, every skin folk and kinfolk. So be mindful. Hell, even with me, be mindful of the advice I give you. Go do your due diligence, do your Googles, all those things about any of the topics or things that I put on, because I'm human and I'm flawed. Not that I'm purposely that I will purposely mislead you, but I might misquote something or not have the full context or whatever it is I'm talking about. So do your due diligence and research on your own, or whatever the case may be. For me and anybody else who might be a mega influencer down to the average Joe Blow around the way, no matter how respected or not. Understand that. But again, be careful. Be careful what it is that you entertain in your personal life, on these internet streets, et cetera. Because if you don't be careful, you'll start to notice some things change in your life, and some things, more problems start to occur in your world. And you'll be like, wow, why is all this happening all of a sudden? Because of things and people and places that you've entertained, that you either knew you had no business being involved with or being around, or you inadvertently or subconsciously did it and didn't realize the depth of what you were participating in and or opening yourself up to. Understand something. there's a scripture that says, "My people perish for the lack of knowledge." That is a paramount statement and scripture within itself, and I know it's not the full scripture or whatever the case may be, but that part right there is very paramount. People, places, entities, spirits play on your ignorance. Play on your ignorance down to what's happening in DC. A lot of what they're doing is moving on our ignorance of not knowing the law, not knowing how to come together, not knowing how to strategically and positively fight back against tyranny, to fight back against prejudice, to fight back against bigotry and racism, to fight back against systematic oppression, even in the things that we do online, the things that we entertain. And all of us are guilty. All of us, even including myself, are guilty of entertaining certain things that we know good and well we shouldn't be entertaining. But the thing of it is, if at least you're entertaining certain things, balance your life. Balance your life. Balance it out with other things that are meaningful. And at the same time, think about what it is you're doing, what it is you're saying, and does it have a demonic uh, presence to it. Because pause, there's power in this tongue. Pause. There's power in this tongue. So the things we say can bless a situation or curse a situation. Can bless a person or curse a person. Can bless ourselves or curse ourselves. So we have to be mindful of the things that we do say, the things that we allow ourselves to continuously intake, the things that we allow ourselves to continuously process, and the things that we continuously spew out or whatever the case may be. Stop cursing yourself. Oh, I'm broke. Ah, that killed me. Oh, that hurt my soul. All the negative connotations and things and sayings that we say and don't think about. And I do it a time or two too. And I'm working on that personally for myself. Stop cursing yourself. Bless yourself. If by chance you don't have, extra money at the moment, or you financially challenged, then you say it as such. I'm financially challenged at the moment, or my pockets is a little, whatever the case may be at the moment. But don't never put a curse on you. I'm broke. I ain't got no money. Da 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 da. Because that's you professing something over your life, and you don't want to go around in life doing that. Whether it be about your financial wherewithal, your health, your mental wherewithal, or even your relationships, your marriages, your boyfriend girlfriend situations, or just in life. Period. Stop cursing yourself and stop allowing yourself to be quote unquote shitted on. And stop shitting on yourself and stop entertaining things that shit on you outright or covertly. Stop it. Stop it. And it's okay. It's okay to entertain comedic things. It's okay to joan and rank. It's okay to be involved with I call it bullshiggery, but get some balance in your life. Get some balance in your life. If you're intaking different things from off the internet that don't hold any value, or maybe somewhat negative in nature, make sure you're feeding yourself that much, or not, or if more, double positive things that your mind can intake as well. We gotta change our circumstances. We gotta change our situation. We gotta change our thinking. We have to change the way in which we go about certain things, and stop entertaining demonic influences, and stop entertaining things that open us up to a world of hate, a world of hurt, and for the many negative spirits that want to grab hold of our lives, and et cetera. I'm not trying to preach. I'm just trying to get a point across, and hopefully for whoever needs to hear this, they'll hear it and or apply it. Because I know as a messenger, I'm not the messenger for everybody, but the message itself is what it is. And hopefully, if I don't get it to you, somebody else will remember me saying this and bring it to you in another light, or another day at another time, in such a way that you receive it from them. Because at the end of the day, we are all we got. We are all we got, whether we like it, love it, or hate it. We are all we got. And I want for all of us to be the best that we can be. I want for all of us to prosper. I want all of us to be the best, do the best in life, get every dream, positive dream and aspiration off the ground to be able to achieve every certification and or degree we go after, to obtain and or flourish on any job or opportunity presented to us, to be able to found and or grow, expand, and prosper any business venture that we want to involve ourselves in, partner up with, or even work for somebody under. I want all of us to be better individuals on our day to day. And nobody's perfect. None of us are perfect. But at the same time, we all we got. Now you can do what the hell you want to do because I'm only me, and I can't tell you. I can bring you to the water. I can't make you drink, sit, piss, swim, shower in it. Nothing. That's all up to you. I bring you to the alkaline. If you're gonna put it in your body and put it on your mind, then that's on you. But if not, hey, I've done my part and I'll continue to do my part. It doesn't mean that it makes you perfect if you start to do these things. No. Does it make me perfect because I'm saying these things to you? No. I falter all the time. I'm human. But the fact that I know I falter is one step. Hold myself accountable, that's another step. Doing something about it is a third step. And trying not to do the old things or allow certain things to permeate my mind and hold a dominant place and space in my life, that's another step. And it's a day-to-day walk. Excuse me, I need to take a drink. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the floor is open. If you want to come up here and talk to me about anything about the DC situation, about Shiloh, Sanders, or anything else that you might want to talk about, come on up here and holler at me. Your camera does not have to be on. Your camera does not have to be on. But come up here and holler at me. I know sometimes y'all get tired of just hearing me talk, and y'all be like, Phil think he know it all. Phil think he know it all. You should not to go, Angie. Sometimes y'all be like, Phil he think he like that or he think he all this. Nah, I'm just as human as you. I'm just as regular as you. I'm just as approachable as you. I'm just as flawed as you are, and maybe not in the same capacity or the same way, but we all got our bullshiggery with us. We all do. The thing of it is, what we gonna do about it? What now? Now what? Just like the title. Now what? Now that you done heard some of these things, sometimes some other things you might have been pondering about or heard from other individuals. Now what? What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do with it? DC is a at the moment it's just a DC thing, right? Remember, it was just an immigration thing when it was an immigration thing till certain people started getting snatched up that should have never been snatched up and still to this day are. Now with this DC occupation or whatever the case may be, oh, that's just DC. I don't rock with DC anyway, or that's just DC. That don't affect me. But now that he's saying they're coming to Chicago next, who's after Chicago? Who's after Chicago or along with Chicago? Because who knows if he's not going to activate National Guard and federales to go in different directions at the same time, almost the same way they do when they bust a RICO down and go to arrest everybody involved with a RICO or CCE, a continuing criminal enterprise, or do a full-out drug sting where they hit the whole organization at the same time. So who's to say that he might just be saying Chicago alone, and he sends people to New York, Texas, Florida, Cali, the Bay in LA, Detroit, and other areas all simultaneously? What then? What then? Y'all better stop acting like that things be isolated and oh, because it ain't at your doorstep today that it won't be there tomorrow. Y'all better stop acting like that. Y'all better start paying attention. Paying attention. I'm just saying. Listen, what you laughing about, peeps? Connie Baptiste, what lady? What lady you talking about? Blue what, Angie? Blue what? I'm just saying, be mindful of the things that are happening around you, nationally, regionally, locally. in your neighborhood, on your block, in your homes, in your family members, in your spouse, and within yourself. Pay attention. Pay attention. Be mindful of all the things you entertain, all the people you entertain, how much you entertain, what you're not entertaining that you maybe should be entertaining, and also the things that you're withholding yourself from doing. The blue states. Oh, I get it. I get it, Angie. Yeah, and that's a fact. The blue states. That's a fact. With all this going on, with the states, with Trump and all these things, with that business opportunity or business you want to birth, with that relationship that you want to make more solid or concrete, whether it be getting married or just really making yourself exclusive with that person, stop walking in fear. Stop walking in fact, stop standing still in fear and move forward in faith. Faith without works is dead, meaning you got to do something to have something. You got to do something to prove something. Sitting still in fear only proves that you are afraid, complacent, lazy. The list goes on. Do something. I had talked about it before. Yeah, a supporter lost their house and their car, whatever. Connie Baptiste, and on prior shows, a couple shows, and even on the spaces, I asked for anybody that might wanted to help to send whatever they had or whatever. It could be something small or something, however much, or whatever. But some people helped out. Many others didn't, but maybe some folks didn't have it. Some people skeptical. I don't know, but for those that did help Connie, I'm saying thankful. I'm thankful. I'm saying thank you, and I'm also the lady's going to put together an audio clip because she's still kind of shy, wants to be private with her situation or whatever, and she don't want everybody. Because sometimes some people when they know stuff about you, they get to doing this or whatever. So she don't want that to be a part of what's going on. But she's very thankful for those that did send a little something, something or whatever. Tell them about the 2030 agenda. Which one is that? Project Esther? Is that Project Esther you talking about? Peep scheme. That's a whole nother animal. Y'all up here worried about, and you should be worried about uh, Project 2025. Project Esther's a whole nother animal. I think I alluded to it before, but it is definitely another animal that people need to be mindful of that's coming down the pike. And it seems like something straight out of a Handmaid's Tale. If y'all don't know what the series The Handmaid's Tale is, check out Netflix if you got it. Check out Netflix. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. There's a lot of wickedness on the horizon, but that don't mean it has to hit home. It don't mean that we have to lay down and take it. Pause. It don't mean that we have to deal with it. It don't mean that it has to take root, but it's up to us because it's all we got. We all we got. You feel me? We all we got. We are all we got. But also, Connie, I was saying too, is if there's other people that you know that are going through something, a tragedy, that might need a little help, somebody that might need counseling or might need to be put in front of people to network, to grow a business, to learn something, to maybe get into a new profession or whatever the case may be. The goal will be to help any and everybody. Mike, 2 times, salute, holla at me. But the goal is to bless and be a blessing where you can, if you can. You get what I'm saying? It don't have to be a thing where I only got, but that's cool. Just a little bit can go a long way with some people. You feel me? But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, GMGers and GMGX, it's Wednesday, August 27th, 2025 in New York. I know FDN is putting on the free jerk chicken giveaway Flip the network. In Queens, Flip is putting on the free jerk chicken giveaway situation in New York. I believe it's going to be in Brooklyn. I don't have the address at the moment or whatever the case may be, but you can check his IG and et cetera, and find out where that location is. And if you happen to be in New York or New Jersey, close to New York, and you want to come over and get you some free jerk chicken. And oh yeah, the brother J.O. Bando Fernando will be there with his drinky drinks. If you know anything about them drinks. Oh, but anywho, he'll be out there too, and there'll be other individuals. I think Queen's Flip said that Major Hype will be out there. There will be other content creators and maybe a couple celebrities out there. So it might be a good photo op or be able to get an autograph or take a picture or whatever the case may be. But it's definitely a FDN Flip the Network Queens Flip situation, huh? If you're in New York City, if you're in any of the 5 boroughs, or you can get down to Brooklyn, or whatever the case may be, make sure you support. It's supposed to be jumping off this afternoon, and there's a lot of y'all that be in here from the New York area. Go get you some free jerk chicken. You hear me? Yeah, baby. That part. Bree, I know it's in Brooklyn. I just don't know the street. I don't know the corner that it's gonna be on, or whatever the case may be off top. So if anybody has that information or can see it from his page and want to type it in the comments, please do it. And I'll pull it up on the screen or whatever. But yeah, go get you some jerk chicken. Why not, huh? I wish I didn't have a couple things going on for myself. I'd have been up there getting some jerk chicken. From what Flip was saying, they doing leg quarters too, the leg and the thigh. Listen, I'll give me a big plate, huh? I'm like, what, going? So let me stop. Flip hates when I do that. Even though I got much love from my Caribbean folks, or whatever the case may be. So it's not a slight or diss to anybody that's Caribbean at all. Peep Scheme said he bringing all 29 of his kids. Well, damn it. Listen, I thought I had enough. I thought I had enough children. Look like you got enough children there, Peep Scheme. 29 of them things. God damn it. Listen. Hey, Bree, look like he been out here doing a thing or two. You feel me? Not 29 of them jokers. You feel me? I love jerk chicken. We used to have Daly's Josh spot. They closed. It was the best. Where was that at, Angie? Where was that spot at? Peepskin said, "We out for eat." I know that's right, Peepskin. I wonder if people are gonna do something like that, Peepskin, come up with a big family. And be like, "Yeah, I bring my whole family, we all supporters and fans to get plates." The chef and Flip probably gonna be like, "What the figgity did I get myself into?" Yeah, like, damn, 29 of them, Andy, 29 of them. Damn it, Jim. SG the Damager. Mike Two-Town, Troll versus Cloud Dominator. Shiz is the name. Don, what's up with it? Come on over to the good YouTube, if you would. You feel me? Yes, indeed. I wonder, and you know us. You know us. It's gonna be somebody that's gonna do it. They're gonna bring the whole family out. As they should. Listen, if Queens Flip is doing it, BIG and giving up free chicken, y'all better get the hell on up out the house and go get you a plate. It's probably gonna be jerk chicken, rice and peas, probably some plantains. I don't know what else they gonna make, but you definitely gonna get some jerk chicken, huh? And I think you should have at it. Peach he said, I just called everyone Flip going pass out. Shout out to that there. Shout out to that there. The community hub was goody like the mob. I'm on YouTube. I'm just saying, if you're in New York, where you're in the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, uptown or downtown, Harlem, or wherever the case may be, Long Island, Staten Island, wherever the case may be, Yonkers, Westchester, anywhere that where you can get to Brooklyn to get some of that free jerk chicken and be a part of the situation, you better get your ass on down there, huh? Tell them Big Phil Speaks sent you. If you didn't hear about it through Queens, tell them Big Phil Speaks sent you, huh? Even though I'm not in the presence there, that means I'll be there in spirit, huh? And Flipperacci, if you listening or watching, Same day express me a plate of that good jerk chicken, huh? If not, I'm coming to invade your house. I'm coming to your house. So tell Linky, prepare another stool or chair, because I'm coming to get me some jerk chicken, Flavarachi. That part. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, also be on the lookout, because like I said, I'm coming to a city and state near you. Be doing some IRL content in your city, in your state. There's some places and spaces that are the given spots to go to. A couple people have come up with some other good spots that I should go to that have a historical and or cultural basis, and maybe have some good eats or whatever the case may be. It ain't gonna be no mukbang, it ain't gonna be no buffet. I know I'm a big dude, but I ain't trying to pig out. But I do want to taste the local cuisine, whatever the locals be like. Oh yeah, you got to try this. Whether it's a snack, a treat, a main course, or appetizer, whatever the case may be. Turn up and have do some content as well, and learn something about the local culture and the people. You get what I'm saying? And for young artists and people of that nature, give them a little shine in those areas too. A little bit of everything, all rolled up in one, coming to a city and state near you. Big Phil speaks. Huh? I might bring a couple. I might bring a couple friends along with me. I might bring a couple weepos along with me. Some of your favorites, maybe some of your not so. I don't know yet. I don't know yet, but I'm coming. Pause, no Diddy, but I'm coming. Yeah, that part right there. Listen, there's been rumblings. There's been rumblings of people saying they want me to do a For the Love of Phil type of show. Y'all, for those that know, I got Feel the Love Fridays, which happens on Friday nights from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We talk about everything from romance, love, sex, dating, marriage, intimacy, et cetera, et cetera. But it's definitely an adult conversation that gets spicy and salacious at times. So the kids can't be around for it. But some people just want me to do a For the Love of Phil type of show, and I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm good on my own. I think I'm good where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't trying to entertain no whole bunch of females anyway. Just the one good one. Just the one good one. That's it. That's it. You feel me? But anywho, whether it be on the FDN, Flip the Network, whether it be on the TKBS Nation, uh, Kenny Burns show, whether it be on my own situation, you're gonna see and hear more of Big Phil coming up in the near future. I promise you that. No, the hell I don't, peep scheme. No, the hell I don't. Peep scheme, look. No, the hell I don't. I don't know what you trying to do to me, peep scheme. You trying to have me massacred out here? Never. Never gonna make it. I will never. I'm chilling, peeps game. I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems. My hand is healing up good. You can almost not see it, but I can feel it though from when I did that tumbling fall on the camping trip or whatever. So it's healing up pretty good. I should say so, right? I should say so. Peeps King, you bugged out. Don't be trying to put don't not gonna be able to do it. I ain't even highlighting that comment. I would never. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, GMGers, GMGettes, I'm about to end this one. I'm about to end this one. Y'all make sure y'all stay and stick and stay tuned. There's a lot going on. Pause. No Diddy. Love ways or whatever the case may be. Hey, JD, the community hub. I see you. Listen, I'm about to end this for the day. End this for the day, but I'll be at y'all later on the day or at some point on these internet streets, somewhere, whether I'm in my own live or spaces or I'm in somebody else's places. Pause. We're gonna make it do what it do, baby. You hear me? It's your boy Big Phil Speaks. Smile, because you never know what it might do for somebody, including yourself. More importantly, love on somebody on purpose, with purpose. And last but not least, I'm not anti you, but I am pro me with an emphasis on building we. Let that marinate in your melon till the next time we can chop it up and have a tay-to-tay. Until that day, you know what I like to say. Hey, baby. I holla.
We're one big happy family. With GMG. One big happy family. Hey, hey, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you come back again. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's GMG and Big Phil speech.
I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all be blessed. You feel me?